Full Metal Alchemist, quite honestly, I've never watched any show before I recorded it. I knew nothing about it. But somebody said, you gotta watch this. You'll love it. So I watched these first few episodes and I was like, oh my gosh, this is the best show ever. And you know, I did something that no actor should ever do. No actor should ever pick one character in a show that hasn't even been licensed yet and say, I want to play him! You don't want to do that because it's like jinxing yourself, you know? But I pointed to Tamaki Suo, like, I want to play him! And this was before it was even licensed, you guys. Before the show was even licensed. Had it been licensed in LA, I probably wouldn't even be in it. Had it been licensed in Vancouver, I definitely wouldn't have been in it. I mean, there were plenty of variables as to who would get the show, and if they did, whether or not we would even be able to be part of it. Now, Caitlin Glass, who plays Winry, Caitlin is a sweet, sweet friend. I love her to death. Well, she was even more crazy about Oran than I was. And she wanted so bad to direct this show. She had just started directing for Funimation. So, about a year ago, roughly, I don't know, a year ago, Funimation got the license for it. So suddenly, Caitlin and I are like, you see Wallace and Gromit?
Yeah!
And so, we were both really excited about them getting the show. Well, Caitlin started pleading with the powers that be to let her direct the show, and I was just waiting for a chance to audition. Auditions came, and you know, a lot of people might think, well, you know, if Caitlin got to direct the show, then you'll be in it because, you know, you're her friend. No, 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 no. In fact, if you think about it, some people would see the absolute opposite logic. Caitlin would never want to cast friends of hers because she would not want it to be said, right? She would not want it to be said that she just cast her friends and that they weren't the best for the role. So Caitlin did get the job of directing the show, and she held auditions, and a lot of people auditioned, and I am so glad to say, to the glory of God, that I got to play Tamaki Suo. Every episode of that show was better than the last. I was crazy, and you know what? My sweet girl Michelle, she plays Hikaru and Kauru's maid. Yeah! And so we just loved every minute of that show. There are so many wonderful moments in that show, I can't even begin to tell you. I look forward to seeing it with you, the first 4 this afternoon. And we've already finished the series, by the way. You guys, people would write me and they would be like, I hope you get to play Tamaki. And I wanted so bad to tell them, I am! I'm playing it right now! And I couldn't. We weren't allowed to talk about it. So we were recording all that time and I wasn't allowed to say anything until Anime Expo when they announced it. So everybody in that show, you guys, have you seen the cast list?
Yeah!
It is a powerhouse of a cast. Everybody in the show does an amazing job. Wait till you hear Caitlin as Haruhi. Everybody thinks of Caitlin as Winry. This girl has got an amazing range, amazing versatility with her voice. She sounds so great as Haruhi. By the way, the director can't just cast themselves. Lest you're thinking, oh yeah, she just played Haruhi because she's the director and she wanted to play it. No, no, no. She answers to her line producer, and the line producer had to okay all of the cast. She had to audition for Haruhi, just like everybody else. And she was definitely the best for it, and when you see the episodes this afternoon, I'm sure you'll agree. Yes, with the white sign.
If you could voice act any other character in any other anime, what would it be?
Wow. If I could voice any other character in any other anime, well, there are a lot of characters that I would love to play, quite honestly. I know that there's a show coming out called D. Gray Man. Well, but you know what? And as much as I would love to get the chance to play a character like Alan Walker, that's not going to happen. It's not He's too much like Ed, you guys. You know, I mean, he's a teenage hero kid with a fake arm. I mean, it would be impossible. You know what I mean? It just wouldn't happen. So I'm hoping to get to be a part of that show, but that character, I'm sure somebody really great will get to play that character. A lot of you know that I came very, very close to playing Orochimaru in Naruto. I have this quest. I have this goal. Someday before I die, I want to be in Naruto, and I don't even know why. I just want to be a part of it. So, all right, with the book, standing up. Yes. I'm sorry. 1 second, Luffy. You stay right there, Mr. Luffy. Behind you. Yes. Yes. How does Ed know how to braid his hair? He went to beauty school. What do you think? Winry taught. No, Colonel Mustang taught him. Oh, a little after, maybe. I'll sign it for after. Yes. Oh, gosh. Well, you see, here's the big difference. Kurtz is a pervert.
Of course.
Is not. So, no, you know, I haven't done Kurt's Weber in a while. Oh, Igaku. Nice. You look good, man. Sweet. You're lucky. Kurtz, I haven't done Kurt's Weber in a long time, but he was a lot of fun. Full Metal Panic was a great series. But there are big differences. Ed's a little kid, and Kurtz is definitely not a kid anymore. Okay, go ahead. She has another one. Sorry. I know, when I started to read for Full Metal Alchemist, when they called me in and said, will you read for this series? I was like, Full Metal Alchemist. I'm like, does this have something to do with Full Metal Panic?
Oh, yeah.
No.
Good question.
Nothing whatsoever. You look good, Mr. Luffy. Can you say I'm going to be King of the Pirates? Go, do it.
I'm gonna be King of the Pirates. Going to be, if you could voice a character in Case Closed, which one would it be?
I've done like 6 or 7 characters in Case Closed.
Yeah.
You didn't even know, did you?
Oh.
Yeah, I played, oh gosh. You know, some of them actually had names. But there were some, you know, like the guys that always get accused of the crime and they didn't really do it, but they're real suspicious. And so you think maybe they did it, then they turn out not to have done it. Or maybe a guy that gets killed, he's the actual guy that gets whacked. Well, I played a lot of those. And I just did a character for the Case Closed movie. I know, right? So, yeah. Ooh, Keroro.
Aww.
You just hang out with the cool guy, right? All right. No!
Hey!
Answer my question! Answer my question!
Yes.
Sorry!
Yes.
I forgot now!
Why did you ask that question? Oh! Okay, here's the Gurren Lagann story, all right?
I'm not gonna go in
ADV
there.
Films had Gurren Lagann. They had the license to it, okay? ADV had the license to Gurren Lagann. Then, through a series, and we already recorded several episodes, like 6 or 7 episodes, and I was playing the character of Viral.